Ooh. Okay.
Was it a public stream?
Yeah. No, the post was public. Oops. Not that I think it really matters that much. Okay. We already have 2 people, apparently. What are you
Oh, what up, dogs? Is that what you wanted me to say?
What?
I said, what up, dogs? Is that what you wanted me to say?
I don't know. I was just saying we have 2 people already. 3 people. Hello, Jason, and hello, Amy B. Amy B. The stream is interrupting me viewing A's Mad River video. Oh yeah. Whoops. You can get back to that. I don't know. I'm just making dinner. I'm making hot pot today because somebody asked me to do that one time, and I was like, well, I'm hungry, so. So,
I can answer the chat for you.
so I forget who it was who was saying we should do hot pot. Was it you, Jason? It might have been you. I don't know. But hot pot is like incredibly simple. You just literally boil a pot of water, throw anything that you want in there, and then for the sauce that my family has usually used, you just mix 3 ingredients, and it's pretty easy. So I've got Napa cabbage here, and King Boli. Oh, I still haven't seen the King Boli. I need to look that up. I remember you telling me about it. Anyway, we've got a pot here, and I'm going to fill this with water.
How many miles did you do on the Mad River?
10.
10 miles. Oh, you just said that.
Spilling water, enthralling stuff. Okay, so I'm going to turn the water on so it's boiling. It's very important to know your clockwise versus counterclockwise for that step.
Aaron James says that he did the same run back in August.
Oh, really? That's so interesting. Do you live around there, Aaron? What?
It was a nice river. It was like
Yeah, it was really nice.
longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
10 miles. Sal Delizio says, hey guys.
Hello, Sal. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Robbie is standing this direction behind the counter, eating pineapple.
Eating Brian's pineapple.
Okay, so hot pot. Yeah, basically you just take this, throw it in the pot of water. Pretty self-explanatory.
Hans Alfred Benter IV has joined. And
Hello, Hans.
hello, Amy and Jason.
This with this. So the beauty of hot pot is you can like literally throw whatever you want in there. We usually do like Napa cabbage. There's a vegetable called tong ho, which is like the leaves of a chrysanthemum plant. You can throw meatballs. I've got a portobello mushroom here, which doesn't smell bad yet, so that's good. Sal says, Robbie, I've been catching up on recent vlogs. Great stuff. Oh, you said.
Yeah. Never Sink Makes says, what's up? And Dennis Yo says, lotus root and enoki mushroom in the hot pot would be.
Oh, yeah, those are good. Yeah, enoki is Flammulina velutipus, which grows wild here in the winter and late fall.
Oh, it's Andreas. Never Sink is Andreas.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. No, I knew that.
No, he had the wrong account.
Oh.
He now re-signed in with Never Seen Outdoors.
Oh.
Welcome, Andreas.
Got some random frozen fish here. Actually, I usually put the meat in later because that cooks really fast. So. I got some cauliflower and some random sweet potato here.
When making hot pot, do you guys always use that burner or stovetop?
We have like our parents have this special gas stove thing. Actually, no, an electric stove, but then we switched to gas because it's easier.
And what kind of fish do you got?
Salmon. I've also got some raw ground beef that I'm probably gonna make into meatballs and throw in there.
I cannot get this open.
Just leave it open.
Yeah, I know. I keep closing it. There we go.
Some of the other stuff we'll sometimes throw in, like tofu, fried tofu, cauliflower, tomatoes, taro root. It's always good.
Sarah Churchwell and Nancy Au have just joined.
Welcome.
Never Sink, or Andreas says, what's your preferred level of spice?
I actually like really spicy stuff. The only problem is I think I have IBS, and like the next day is just probably a half hour of cramps.
So his preferred level of spices, half hour of cramps the next day. No more than half an hour.
But I do like the really spicy hot pot stuff. So like typically we just boil our stuff in hot water and then dip it in our dipping sauce. But you can get the stuff that makes it really spicy, and like even before you put the food in your mouth, you can feel the spice just hit you. It's like looking into a furnace or something.
Aaron Jones went to Daniel Boone this past weekend, and unfortunately his backpacking trip was rained out.
You know, I feel like it's just been raining constantly these days.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Like wherever we go, it's just constant rain.
Should probably look for mushrooms sometime soon. But.
Jason says, do you ever use shiitake mushrooms in your hot pot?
Yeah, actually we did that in our Seneca winter episode.
But
yeah, I think we do that normally too.
Tim Lawson just joined.
Hello, Tim Lawson. Let me just show you the stuff in the pot right now. I probably put too much stuff in it, or not enough water maybe. It doesn't really matter though. You just add more water if you need it. This is like the simplest but most wholesome meal you can make.
Brad Bowman says, good evening, guys. What is the dried pork I've seen you use before in dishes?
Oops. Do I have it? That stuff is pork sung. Shout out to John Truitt who sent us some one time, but I don't think we have any left. But yeah, it's called pork sung or pork wool, and it's basically like this dried, fried pork meat that is shredded into this like fuzzy texture. Okay, so while all that is cooking, let's see if I can.
Oh, we have packed. Andreas asked, have you ever packed biltong?
Oh,
we did once.
Yeah. Algonquin.
Algonquin, yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Somebody sent that to us.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know.
Was it Andreas? Andreas, did you send us some biltong?
We had biltongs and something else.
Yeah, we did.
Which is like what, a Southeast Asian?
You know, I think it was somebody sent it to Thomas. Like the people who make it sent it to Thomas. Okay. Sal says, do you ever do noodles on the side with hot pot?
So a lot of times what we would do is we would put noodles in afterwards, kind of just to like absorb all the sauce that we had left in our bowls. So we'd cook it in there, put it in our bowls, and use up the rest of the sauce. Which, speaking of which, our family traditionally uses like about a scoop of peanut butter or more if you like it really creamy and peanut buttery. And then...
You do know that's the white chocolate peanut butter,
Oh no, but that's fine.
Okay.
And then this stuff, which is it's called Chinese barbecue sauce on here. Apparently, it's very similar to satay sauce, but it's satsajiang. Satsajiang.
Something tea. Something.
Yeah, but you can find this in your Asian markets if you have those. It's got like this. I mean, that is like the definition of umami, like the flavor.
Oh, really? I never knew what umami was supposed to be.
It's just like a meaty, earthy sort of. And then we put some soy sauce in there.
Oh, okay.
Oops, that was a little too much. Put some in the pot.
Andreas says he likes biltong, but he didn't say it. And Tim Lawson says he's eating pork floss and rice while camping because he saw us doing it and it was delicious.
Oh, that's awesome. Was that your first time or just was it a while ago? Anyway, I'm going to mix all these ingredients. And back in the day, we actually would add a raw egg to this to like make it creamier, but then we got worried about salmonella and stuff. Well, I've consumed like so many raw eggs over my life.
Yeah, same.
I'm not that worried.
Andres says, "Isn't satay that Indonesian flavoring thing peanut-based?" ?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's like an exact one-to-one similarity, but that's just what I've heard it compared to. And the name is kind of similar too, like satsajiang. Satay.
I guess it is.
So I don't know if there's some etymological root with that. So once you've got this thick sauce, when the water boils, I usually add some water to this, so it's more of a soup. And then, yeah. Now it's kind of a waiting game for the stuff to cook. And as you eat, you kind of add more stuff to it as you please. And it can be a game of patience. Because, like, you're adding more stuff, you're eating stuff, and then you're waiting for the new stuff to cook. Yeah, umami is a savory flavor. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, the pork floss is a really good thing to just add to like anything, and it tastes really good. Sometimes we would make like steamed bun sandwiches with eggs and pork floss. Really tasty. It's like a Chinese breakfast sandwich. Well, that's pretty much all there is to hot pot. I'm going to add meat and fish later. But really the main thing is just finding ingredients that you want to add to it. I actually, like, when I've gone to eat it, like in China and stuff at restaurants, they always have a lot of meat, but I actually prefer having a ton of vegetables. Because it's just like the vegetables absorb all the flavor of the sauce, and it's healthy, and it's really tasty. And it's not like too rich or whatever. Sal says, I feel like a wonton or dumpling would work well in hot pot. Yeah, totally. Like those little frozen dumplings and stuff, those would be great in there. There's all sorts of like Chinese or Asian meatballs. So there's like fish balls, shrimp balls, squid balls, and then they have some of those that are like stuffed with beef or pork, and it's like so good. And they have in Chinese it's called tianbula. Is that tempura in Japanese?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But it's like the tofu fish cake, and it's like the sort of sweet, salty thing. Those are really good.
Let me look that up. Tianbula.
Amy B, do you live in the Carolina? Or no, which hurricane is happening now?
Hurricane Michael.
And that's hitting. I don't know. Is that like the Gulf of Mexico now? Because I know the one that was hitting the Carolinas happened. Okay, Florida. I figured that was part of it. Dennis says, I just came back from Jeju, South Korea. Oh, awesome. We took the Jeju Ali trails and trekked 115 kilometers over 6 days. Wow. Thanks for inspiration for hiking. Yeah, absolutely. How was it? I've never like seen much of the wilderness in South Korea, but I imagine it's really cool. Neversink says there's a really good dried beef thing that is similar to pork floss. My old roommate used to mix it with rice.
This says tianbula is Taiwanese tempura.
Interesting. It's like nothing like Japanese tempura, though.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's like multiple definitions. Okay, the panhandle, that makes sense. What's favorite video game eating and or cooking sequence? Do you have an answer? Final Fantasy 15 or something?
No. Let me think.
Muramasa had some decent ones.
Oh yeah, so did Dragon's Crown. Like Dragon's Crown, there's a mini game where you have to like take ingredients and put them into the different pans and take them out like right when they're done.
Oh,
and it's like the artwork and everything is really good. So it looks really good.
There's actually a song in our Daniel Boone episode that's inspired by the song that plays in Monster Hunter when you cook meat.
Oh right, yeah.
Anyway, so this stuff is boiling now. So I'm gonna add some meat. See if I can do this with one hand. I did not do this well enough.
I show them what's happening.
Why is this?
There were some scissors sitting out just a second ago.
I know, I was just okay. Salmon. Give it a little dunk. Yeah. And then that ground beef that I'm gonna squeeze in. This is leftover from my mom's birthday. We were making burgers, little sliders. Probably just do this with my hands. These little balls. The most primitive of meatballs.
What'd you put in them? Just meat.
Oh, thank you. It's just brown and water.
It's just meat and ball.
I'm not going to use all this, but
You can use 2 hands.
I guess that's true.
I have to wash it anyway.
For now. You don't have to show me wash my hands. See you, Brad. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one. For hot pot, we typically put the meat first before putting the vegetables. Ah, is that to, like, give it flavor? Or is it just... Because I feel like whenever we have meat, it's usually like the really thinly sliced beef, so it cooks super fast. Anyway. someone bleed earlier?
I did, yeah.
You want some grapes? Oh. I have this like red pepper jelly. I'm gonna put it on toast. Italians always do protein first as well. Definitely adds flavor. Interesting. Yeah, see with hot pot, I guess the reason we don't care about the orders because like all the flavor for us comes from the sauce. Obviously, sometimes people put like some chicken cube, like broth cubes in there, or some of the spicy stuff, so that the actual pot has flavor too. Nancy Al says, if we watch you eat on camera, does this mean it's mukbang AA edition? It's funny you say that because we were just talking about how mukbangs are like such, I don't know, it'd be such a good gig. You just eat food on camera and people somehow make you get paid for that. But I was thinking I should start a mukbang channel, and I'm going to poll you all and see what you would think of that if I was just like eating weird stuff on camera. Is the point of a mukbang that you eat a lot of stuff or that you eat interesting?
I think it can be anything. And lots of times it's just your eating.
Yeah.
You can eat reasonable amounts.
Some ASMR eating. Never Sink Outdoors says, Robbie, are you a fan of shabu shabu?
Yeah, I like anything where you boil it. I'm going to be less inclined to like it compared to something where you like grill it. It's like sukiyaki where you put the Korean barbecue.
Shabu shabu Japanese hot pot, basically.
Yeah.
I made steak fried rice tonight, and now I'm thinking of seconds because the live stream is making me hungry. That sounds really good. Hot pepper jelly and cream cheese on a Ritz. Yeah. That's good stuff. Amy B says, I'd watch it. Sal says 100% into the Andrew Alt channel. An AA mukbang channel I could get into. Yeah, it's probably decided then. I should just do that.
Mukbang.
It's like the Korean thing where people just eat a bunch of food on camera and somehow get millions of followers. Actually, I don't know about millions. Some of them probably do.
It's loud chewing.
Someone did comment about that.
Did they really?
Dennis, yes. Dipping sauce is peanut butter, and then this Chinese barbecue sauce or satay sauce, and also soy sauce. And we used to put a raw egg into that too. Obviously, like dipping sauces can vary, but this is what our family's always done. Who's eating this? Are you eating this ramen? Yeah, he was. Aaron says, still eating the ramen on the trips? Yeah, definitely. Actually, in our latest episode, we ate some ramen. The one we're working on now, I don't think we did, though. Yeah, I accidentally used white chocolate peanut butter, but I mean, I kind of like a little sweetness in my food anyway, so. Okay. Wait, I just got another piece of bread out. You might put one in the toaster. I listened to an AA ASMR tape. That's what it should be called, is triple ASMR. If it was only sounds recorded while camping. You know, we actually have definitely thought about doing that, just like putting up hour-long videos of ambient noises. We probably will do that eventually. In fact, it'd be great to have a campfire one for Christmas. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Anyway. This stuff is all cooked now. I'm gonna pour some water in here. And with hot pot, you always have to monitor like the heat of the stove, just because it'll just like vary Like when it's boiling, you want to turn it down, and because you don't want to overcook stuff. But then sometimes when you add new water or new ingredients, it cools off, and you have to turn it back up. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Are these chopsticks good to go? Good. Okay. That is what's inside now. We got our mushrooms, salmon, little meatball thing, cauliflower, yappa
So
cabbage.
that beef.
Yeah. This is like.
Did you actually make a meatball?
I mean, I formed a ball with the meat. There was no effort.
I'm here to criticize Andrew's cooking.
We got our toast. Okay. Jason says, "Hey Brian, let's see. If you do ambient noise, maybe put up some of the chill tracks." Yeah, Sal, that was actually another idea we had too. Also, want to make an album of some of those too. There's all those like 24-hour streams of like chill, lo-fi hip hop beats. Aaron says, "Feel sorry for Thomas, stuck doing all the homework. You know the struggle. I've got my degree in culinary arts." Yeah, I feel bad for him too. Do not envy him at all. Thomas is actually in LA this weekend. He's probably back now or flying back now. But yeah, he had fall break and he was in LA. Tim Lawson says, "Have you guys been able to replace some of the equipment that was lost?" Yeah, thankfully. And again, like, thank you all so much for that, for your support. But like, yeah, we actually filmed an episode a week ago, so we had enough to do that. The A7S, the Sony camera is like kind of messed up, but we were still able to use it. But yeah, we were able to get a lot of it repaired. Some of the lenses replaced. There's still like some of it we haven't replaced yet, but I mean, those can be lower priority. Brian sniffed out the meat lumps. Yeah, they're more like meat lumps than meatballs. Brian Brownfield asks, "Coming back to Red River Gorge?" Yeah, I think definitely eventually we would love to go back there, especially because there's like probably a lot of stuff we didn't get to see on our first time. Dolly Sods is also something I would like to go back to. Thomas is studying business. I can very clearly taste the white chocolate peanut butter in here. It's very sweet. But it's still good. Robbie, Andreas is asking if the A7S III will come out before the world ends in 2030.
No.
Robbie says he doesn't know.
I actually don't think it'll come out this year, though. If it hasn't come out already, it's going to be next year.
Robbie says he doesn't think it'll come out this year. It'll probably be next year at this point.
But I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah, Jason, it'd be funny because if we did return to Dolly Sods, it'd be Thomas's first time. And so it's like each time we would have returned, we would have had a new person in our crew. Seen it for the first time, too. Anyway, I'm just going to be eating, so my apologies if this is incredibly unentertaining, but yeah. Napa cabbage is so good in this stuff, though. Yeah, Sal, I hope you get to go there sometime soon. Actually, I'm curious if anyone's been there recently because we stopped by there recently and it was really crowded. And I don't know if it was just something about that weekend in particular or if that place has just become really crowded. Dennis Yosa's ASMR of Andrew eating. Entertaining and hunger-inducing. Yeah, that is the problem I have with watching people eat is like I need to eat exactly what they're eating at that exact time. Tim Lawson says the winter trip to Lysod is one of my favorite episodes. That's awesome. I hope we... I mean, I think we'll definitely do another Christmas episode like that. I just hope we can catch some snow. Oh, it was just in a New York Times article. Apparently, Dolly Sods was just in a New York Times article.
What?
Dolly Sods was just in a New York Times article.
Those mother effers. Did you tell them how crowded it was?
Yeah. Yeah, it was very crowded. At least, like, near the trailhead we were at in our videos, there were lots of cars lined up.
You...
I hope they said something about camping responsibly and stuff. Do you guys have the new Mavic or any thought of picking one up? I think we've definitely thought about it, right?
I was actually just looking at that. There's something called a Parrot Anafi. It's $600. It's smaller than a Mavic. It's quieter than a Mavic, and still produces pretty good footage. So we may go something like that route.
Smaller and quieter?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Trail. Welcome. What?
No.
Oh.
I was going to say it might be longer.
Aaron Jones, I would like to see you guys do Allegheny in the Winter with Thomas. And Brian was just saying, maybe he mentioned this before, but he was saying Allegheny in the winter would be awesome. So yeah, I think that would definitely be a spot we'd like to go to. I just hope we get snow this winter. Like, it's always a toss-up these days.
I don't see the New York Times article, but I mean,
I don't know.
I could be completely inept.
Have you melt any snow and drink it? Dennis, I don't know if we've actually done that. Melted snow to drink it. Have we?
I haven't. Oh, we've definitely not done it on any episodes.
Yeah, I don't think we've done it on an episode. I might have done it just at some point. One thing I would like to do when it's snowy is make maple syrup candy. I don't know why I didn't do that last time. I didn't think about that. But maple syrup candy is like that Canadian thing where you boil maple syrup and then pour it on the snow and it becomes this like gummy, taffy sort of thing. Uptrail says, we woke up this morning with 2 inches of snow. Holy cow. Yeah, I guess we just would have to go north for that. I did hear that tonight might be the first frost we have in Ohio. And it's so funny. It was like 80 degrees just a week ago. Like literally 8 days ago. It was 80 degrees. And then just overnight, it became like early winter weather. Jessica says, hi, Andrew and Robbie. Love watching you all, although this feels a little intrusive. Oh, no, you're fine. You're not intruding. I am extruding myself onto you. I remember when the Amafi came out. It was just before the new Mavic. Isn't Amafi a type of like African food?
I don't know.
I'm just thinking Mafi
with an N.
Oh.
It's a French drum. Apparently a
Oh.
French company.
I think the Mavic is definitely better. Mavic, but more expensive.
It's like twice the cost, but better features.
Mm.
Like the way we use it, I feel like it might be worth it.
Maine just had their first frost, according to my sister. It's still in the 80s down here in Florida, which is depressing. Yeah. That's kind of what I would expect from Florida, huh? Oh, yeah.
This is red pepper jelly?
Mm. It's good with, like, cheese and stuff.
Mm. Not bad.
It's spicy.
Mm-hmm. The spice that makes it nice. They have, like, jalapeno jelly, too, which is really good.
Oh, good.
Did you show it to him?
No, go for it.
I'm just gonna eat the rest of it.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's a good one. Have a camping trip challenge and see who can last longer without eating.
Oh man, I bet I would win that. Yeah.
I'd be the first one. I'd be like Kramer.
I'm out. We should do that. That'd be really funny. Make it interesting somehow. Although it's like we already know. I'd be like the Elaine. Like something would cause me to lose. Extruding myself on you. That came out wrong. Oh wait, there's some other questions. Oh, Brian's Amiibo collection, PogChamp. Yeah, there was actually some stuff that didn't get shown in last week's thing because we thought the SD card was corrupt, but we just found out one of the USB ports on my computer is messing up the video files. So we couldn't use one of the files showing some of the stuff he has on display. Who plays Pokemon Go? Brian does. But what made you ask that question? I'm curious. Or were you just asking in general? Because it is sort of making a comeback.
Did you get back into it?
No. It's just like, because to me, it's just like, what's the point? Like, I'm collecting this Pokemon, but to what end? Yeah. Well, also because, like, it'd be cool if it made me explore places instead of just going to the same Pokestops or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah.
When are you coming back to Bloomington to do more Charles Dean? That's a good question. I would love to go back to Morgan Monroe, actually. That'd be really cool. Sorry I'm late. Hey, guys. Hello, Jaron Latona. No problem. Okay, pour the pepper jelly over cream cheese and eat with crackers. Yeah. No, I mean, if I had cream cheese or crackers, that's what I would be doing. Scott Neverdusky says, teaching Robbie what he needs to bring on his Mount Hood journey, eh? No, I've done no teaching.
Oh, so I can talk about that real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody died on Mount Hood very recently.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like, it was a really weird story. He was hiking with another dude, and they were a mile away from the exit of the trail, like to get to the lodge. And then one of the guy's knee was hurting, and the other guy was almost out of water. So he said, I'm going to go ahead, fill up on water, and I'll just meet you at the trail because they were only like a mile away. And then he never showed up, and they looked for him. They started searching for him. 3 days later, they find him. He had started to go up Mount Hood instead of going back. He took a wrong turn somehow. And then he tried to set up his tent, and he was like, his tent was already set up, and somehow he was dead next to his tent. So he got consumed by the elements. But it's a weird story because how would he take that wrong turn? And also, he was a mile away. It's just really weird.
That is really weird.
Especially he was prepared to stay out. So, like, it's not like, I don't know what happened.
I wonder if, like, there was some sort of intention behind it.
I don't know. I haven't followed up on it, but I'm gonna follow up on it right now.
So you're thinking about not doing the entire trail in one go?
Yeah, because maybe doing a 40-mile trail by yourself is not the best idea.
Yeah, I mean,
but I feel like I'd be fine.
Neversink asks, what are we all up to besides A these days? Should we talk about this weekend? Or?
Oh, okay. It could have happened to me. Woman says she got lost at same spot as Arizona hiker.
Really?
Let's see here.
I feel like someone's going to go out there and put up new signs.
Well, his mom apparently says, mother wants better trail signage in wake of hiker's death on Mount Hood.
That's rough.
My first thought was, okay, I can't see anything. I have no idea where the lodge is. Oh, because there was fog.
Oh. It must not be very obvious which direction it's going, like up or down.
The whole trail is up and down, so it's hard to tell at what point we're supposed to go down again. So yeah, he said, her story helps clarify what many people couldn't believe about Yagmorian's ordeal. You don't know where you are on a map and you don't have an orientation to where Timberline Lodge is. It would be easy to go too high. I think Carly's really lucky, but she was also carrying an emergency beacon with her that could initiate a rescue and tell us her exact location.
Which is why you're taking that GPS.
But it says, fortunately, she never had to activate her beacon. After several hours of wandering, she caught a break in the fog. I looked up and I saw the lodge, and there was this clear path of boulders leading down to the lodge.
Oh, so she did go the wrong way, but then scrambled back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised Mount Hood doesn't have good signage, but there have been so many times in national forests where like the maps weren't right or the trail signs were messed up or something.
Interesting.
You guys should head up to the Adirondacks, either hike or canoe. Oh yeah, Adirondacks is a big one on our list. Like the Bog River or Lake Lilo, worth a few overnights for sure. So maybe some winter hiking. Yeah, that'd be cool. Tim Lawson says, I'd like to send you some of my favorite hot pepper jelly, Captain Rodney's. Ooh, I will. What's the phrase? My arms are open, whatever. Temba, his wife's his arms are open. Somebody, Tim Llewellyn sent us hot pepper jelly once, right? Or was that Tim Lawson?
Oh.
Someone sent us some homemade hot pepper jelly once, and it was really
maybe
good.
it was. No, not Tim Lawson. It was Tim Llewellyn.
It was Llewellyn. Okay.
Yeah, Tim Llewellyn sent us.
Yeah, Tim Lawson, if you want to do that, thank you so much. That'd be awesome. And we will definitely eat that on the episode. New York Times, West Virginia's small town revival. More about West Virginia in general, less about Dolly South specifically. There you go. Jason says that is a strange one. Amy says creepy and sad. Yeah. Dennis says, do you put on deodorant for your hiking trips? Who smells the most? I don't ever wear deodorant ever, actually.
Yeah, Asian people often don't have to wear deodorant.
Yeah, like believe it or not, for some reason East Asian people don't get that bad of body odor. So I've never worn it. Who smells the most?
I mean, I smell pretty bad, but I'm used to my own smell, so I don't know. You'd have to tell me. I do wear deodorant, but lots of times I forget and I don't wear it. It's gotten better as I've gotten older, though. Interestingly.
Do you use baking soda still?
Sometimes when I have it. I've got this other stuff that I've been using. It's like charcoal or something.
I would love to see Adirondacks too. Yeah, I would love to go up to the Catskills also. Just like peak fall colors. I was there one time, not for filming, but it was beautiful. These meatballs are really good.
That's right.
Is there any left?
There's a mini meatball here. By that, I mean there's a piece of meat.
Meat chunk. Yeah, Robbie doesn't really sweat. I don't know why. I sweat all the time. I'm sweating right now. If you do the Catskills, hit me up. We'll do. You guys should really check out the Delaware Water Gap section of the AT. Oh, okay. In fact, well, of you leaving suggestions should comment on the actual live stream post because that's the only way I'm going to be able to keep track of them. But we love hearing your suggestions. We used to have this like Facebook document where we'd write people's suggestions, but it was just so hard to keep track of after a while. I would love to do a section of the AT where you hike in the wilderness and then go out into a town, then hike back into the wilderness. Just that like contrast between civilization and wilderness is really cool to me. After Thomas's Katahdin trip, are the rest of you intrigued about going there? I definitely am. Yeah. Doing an episode there would be cool too. It does look like a tough climb though. Aaron Jones says, I'm planning a trip to Wayne National Forest this upcoming winter in mid-January. Any advice?
Oh, you got to bring your own water.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know that the first time we went.
Bring your own water and like bring some jugs of water you can fill up and cache it in an area where like a road intersects a trail or something like that. Something where you can easily access it before going to your trailhead. That'll be along your actual trail. Besides that, just in general for winter, like bring layers. Down stuff is always the best. Bring fire starting stuff if you need. Just like I would say, if you're just trying to have an easy, nice time, bring some food that you can easily cook with like boiled water and stuff. Ever consider hiking in Patagonia? I mean, definitely. It's just like those sorts of international trips are always just hard to plan. So until we're like actually committed to doing it, we don't really plan it. But it would be awesome to go there. Katahdin is so fun. I need to hike it again. Do you shave on your hikes? You know, I think I have before, but I generally don't. But yeah, I think I have actually brought a little Bic razor. That's usually how I shave when I travel in general, is I just have a Bic razor, put some soap on my face, and use warm water. Damascus would be the place for that on the AT. Oh, okay. Yeah, and Sweden, definitely would love to do that. I think Iceland might be one of the next big ones we're trying to do. I've heard really good things about it. Bumblebee tuna?
Bumblebee tuna. You're just eating your meal?
Pretty much. The ice formations that pictured rocks in the winter is beautiful. Oh, yeah, I bet. I can't imagine. I've heard someone up in Michigan does like, I forget where it was, maybe Iowa Rail, but they did like waterfall climbing in the winter. Aaron, yes, Hawaii is something we'd love to do. We're sort of talking to somebody who might be able to show us around. But yeah, nothing really like set in stone at all. But it's definitely a place I would love to go. Because it's just like the nature there is beautiful, but it'd also just be awesome to like show all the other stuff too. A wild Brian appears. All of you, favorite Star Wars movie? A New Hope.
Yeah, I think A New Hope. It's like trying to choose my favorite child.
Yeah. Phantom Menace.
At different times, so like Empire Strikes Back was it for a long time. Then it was A New Hope because that's just the most classic. Then it was Force Awakens when that came out, but now I don't know. And then it was Last Jedi when Last Jedi came out.
Neversink says Iceland has practically no trees. Absolutely stunning though. Apparently there's a saying where it's like, if you get lost in Icelandic forest, just stand up. If we wanted to do hard mode, we could hammock and tarp camp in Iceland.
Oh yeah, that would be very hard.
Jaren says, "Hey Brian." Jason says, "Andrew, do you plan to try starting a fire using the sun again?" Yeah, definitely. I mean, you probably could do it on a sunny fall day. I need to do that. I've done it before, just not on camera, which is always an eternally frustrating thing. It's like once you get it on a camera, that's like you're like saving your data in a video game or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see where.
I'll take over.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is probably still the best, technically the best Star Wars movie. But Sal says, "Do you plan on doing Instagram live videos?"
Oh. I feel like most often we've used Instagram Live when we're like actually on the trail or out filming something. Otherwise, we stream on YouTube because that's like simplest and that's where our biggest base is.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
If we
the biggest audience is there, so
if we wanted to like get people to our Instagram, we could like announce that we're doing something live there and have our subscribers follow us, but I don't really see the point.
Yeah, I don't either. What do you guys think of vertical video?
Oh yeah.
Because I think vertical video could be cool because just the act of having to turn my phone sideways is really annoying to me.
I think because Instagram TV was trying to do that. I don't think they succeeded, but like I think it's really cool. One, to just be able to watch it like that, but two, to think of like different formats and different like different shots and cinematography designed for vertical video. The problem is that it's so hard to convert stuff.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I think it's great for news. Like in the same way, I don't like 60 frames per second for our videos.
Yeah.
I like 60 frames per second for live content and news. So if you did like vertical 60 frames per second, like news stories,
well,
that would be cool.
The other problem, because I think it would also be awesome for podcasts, because you could have one person's face.
Oh,
but they limit it to 1 hour. So if a podcast goes over that, which they often do, you can't put it.
Well, I mean, you could put vertical video on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nowadays?
But that, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. I want vertical video in like a social media feed. That's where it serves the most purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like because you're just scrolling through and you just click the video, go bloop. You don't have to turn anything, and you can go right back to scrolling.
You know what I'm amazed Netflix doesn't have? Is like a clicker feature. Like you.
Oh. Wow. How have they not done that? Maybe it's a technical limitation.
I don't know. I guess it would have to load a lot between.
Yeah, well, I feel like they could do it though because the opening screen of Netflix now is always like an ad for a video.
That's true. Yeah.
Like that 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah. You can vid chat with viewers on there now. Oh, really? Wait, vid chat as in like Google Hangout style? Tim Lawson says, I like them all, but in 1977, I got to go to the DC premiere of A New Hope, so that was, wow, that sounds like an amazing experience.
Yeah, man.
Tim, when you went to that premiere, like, did you have any idea what you were getting into? I'm really curious, like, what your reaction was. Uptrail71 says, thanks for responding about the mushroom in my video. Had no idea what it was. Yeah, no problem. Again, I don't know for sure that that's the species, but that's definitely the genus. Scott says, my bad. Couldn't be lively in the stream today. No problem. We just got back from a hiking trip to Chattanooga, and I'm washing my tent gear. Oh, awesome. That's in the Smokies, right? Chattanooga? Am I completely off? I don't know. It is Tennessee, right? Yeah. Oh, it's southeastern Tennessee. Yeah, okay. It is sort of in that area. Scott Neverdusky. Did you hit Cloudland Canyon? That sounds cool. Sounds like a Mario Kart level. Sal says it's good for phone watching. Never Seen says 360 video could be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool once the technology gets better.
Yeah.
It'd be really... I liked that like companion video idea. It just didn't actually...
It doesn't look good enough. Nobody likes sitting there moving their phone around.
Yeah.
It could work for VR, I think, where it's actually immersive in 3D.
Samsung Galaxy or iPhone? I would go Galaxy. You'd probably go iPhone.
Brian and Andrew use Galaxies. I use iPhone.
I have no strong opinion, really. It's just like more what you're used to.
Thomas uses Google, so we've covered like the trifecta.
What I like about Samsung is that they have a headphone jack and no proprietary jacks. It's like
no headphone jack is supremely annoying.
Yeah, I don't. That's I've been talking about how like you want to make your interface as simple as possible without removing too much function. Lookout Mountain, Chickamauga Battlefield, and several caves. Jaron says, when you guys sit and talk philosophy, say around the fire, is that more naturally influenced by the trip you are on, or have you discussed topics before the trip started? We never discussed it before, but sometimes it is like more of a natural conversation than others, I feel like, right? Like sometimes, I mean, it's always a natural conversation, but sometimes what we talk about comes more easily based on
Sometimes we just sit there and talk for 20 minutes.
And then just like
cut it down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, like reducing a sauce. Never Sing says, I unfortunately can't stay, but it's great hearing your thoughts on everything. Thanks to other watchers too for making the discussion so interesting. Yeah, Yeah, that's actually something I love is seeing all you guys interact with each other because it's cool to see all of you like get to know each other and actually have conversations.
Yeah, because we, in the same way that you guys know us, but we don't know you, we know all of you, but you don't know it. Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Like we think of you guys as a collective Borg, and we know all your individual names.
That sounds like a backhanded compliment. For me, Pixel, it's got to be the S9 Plus. And we got lucky because when me and Brian got our new phones, the S9 Plus had a deal which made it a lot cheaper. So that's what we have.
I will tell you one thing about phones. I got the iPhone 7 Plus, and phones used to be like so juicy, and like every time they announced a new one, I was like salivating. I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Since I got the 7 Plus, I'm like, I'm good. Like I've been able to keep that lustful part of my brain in check, and now
that's good.
Even like the 10s Max, like it looks really cool, but I don't need to. I don't want it so badly. I'm willing to spend that money on it.
Yeah. I feel like there's always moments where I'm excited for something, I get it, and a week later it's like, yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time it just like the excitement fades into the distance, and you're like, man, I should have. Mankind should have been my business.
That guy's name was
Jacob Marley.
Yeah, it was almost Bob Marley. Do you look at YouTube channel statistics, your audience demographic? Thomas does. Well, I mean, yeah, mostly Thomas. Tim Lawson says Prentice, Cooper State Natural are in the Chattanooga. It's about 30 miles of trail. Some great overlooks of the Tennessee River Gorge. So many places. One thing I've seen with live streaming YouTubers is phones overheating with all the hot water. Wait. Hot water? Why'd you dump that out?
You don't want to eat that. That's terrible for you.
Oh, I would have drinking it.
I don't want you to drink that.
I want that MSG in my veins.
I want you to live.
Esther, what we're having is actually a hot pot. Fogwa. I will show you. I use peanut butter and then this and soy sauce for the sauce. Stuff in here. Some Napa cabbage, some meat, some cauliflower. That's about it.
I'll have one more of the jellies.
I watched the Mohican video the other day. I think it was one of your earliest. You were having a lot of fun. Have you been back since? No, actually. We've definitely talked about going back.
They don't have backpack in there, right?
No. It'd be an interesting side video, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that could be a cool overnighter.
Yeah. Oh, they have cabins there. It'd be interesting. Hot weather. Oh.
Hot weather, yeah.
Oh, hot. Why did I say hot water? Yeah. Just because their phone is on the whole time and it's hot.
Yeah.
Do they live stream outside though, or do they just not have air conditioning? Mr. Sugai, I will let you know when I set up my Instagram for my drawings. Oh, I want to see your drawings. Wow. How do you all communicate with each other? I feel like
actually, that is a good question.
I'm not in on any of this. Is it the community page? I don't check that nearly enough. But we have been putting your pictures on the community tab into our side videos.
Oh, I always forget the community channel exists because it doesn't give us notifications.
Yeah, it never notifies.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. That's like stuff I would be the most interested in. Well, anyway. Uptrail says went to Mohican twice this year. Oh, that's so cool. Uptrail, it's so funny to me hearing you coming to Ohio because to me, I feel like you guys have the most amazing stuff up there already. I'm like, what are you doing down here?
Yeah. Although he's hyped most of it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
His product
Yeah. Have you guys ever gone to an REI garage sale? I have once actually. I remember seeing this like pair of pants, and the little tag on it was like, "Lady bought this, and then 3 years later decided it wasn't like good anymore and returned it," because like they have such a generous return policy. Mohican does have some backpacking sites, but they are along the bridle trail. I liked Andrew's whiteboard drawing from the telethon stream. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I was also thinking of starting like some sort of ASMR drawing painting channel.
Yeah.
I'll just put it all on one channel. Dennis, yo, gotta go. Need to leave for the office. It's 8:30 a.m. in Singapore. Oh wow. Did you know he was in Singapore?
Oh, I didn't know.
I would love to visit Singapore. Visit the Big Durian building. Just make sure you're not chewing gum. We had another YouTube meetup at Mohican. Oh, okay, yeah. We should probably go to.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we need
Somebody
to go
told me about that, and I.
There's
totally
one in
forgot about
December coming up, right? Or January?
it. I don't know.
We should probably look into.
Yeah.
Some of the return reasons are hilarious. Yeah. Oldest kid turns 5 next month, trying to get him on his first backpacking trip. Awesome. Maybe this year if the weather cooperates. Yeah, I hope you get to do that. Yeah, it's hard to say like what this winter is gonna be like. Hi up Trail 71. I liked your YouTube meetup video. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I saw that. Haven't watched it yet. Anyway, it is 8:33. I'm gonna say let's do like 5-minute lightning round or something, and then I will probably have to get off because I think we have to film something really quick. Jason Bourgeois says, "I'm guessing that jelly is good." Robbie is going for seconds.
This is a recovering sugar addict. Titanium chopsticks?
I don't think so, but
I don't think so. I've never seen anything.
why do I feel like I've used metal chopsticks recently?
Favorite planet?
Favorite planet? Earth. Besides Earth, Jupiter.
Yeah, Pluto. It's not a planet anymore.
Favorite season? Spring.
Winter. Maybe fall. I'll get lightning round for you. Favorite subject in school?
Botany.
Well, high school.
Oh, high school. Art. Yeah, drawing.
Favorite sport? Least hated sport. At least indifferent sport.
Does swimming count?
Yeah, swimming counts. Favorite fruit?
Ooh. Mango, maybe. Or persimmon.
Favorite warm beverage?
I thought you said worm beverage. Probably just tea.
Favorite cold beverage?
Probably just water.
Favorite nut?
Actually, no. Favorite warm beverage is that like soy milk stuff. Favorite nut? Probably the macadamia. I just never eat them because they're so expensive.
Good choice.
And really fatty. Favorite astrophysicist? Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The only two I know.
Did Einstein count? Was he? No, he was just a
He's a
physicist.
Theoretical.
Theoretical.
Physicist.
Stephen Hawking's?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stephen Hawking because I'm not actually a huge fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't dislike him at all, but I don't understand the fervor for him.
Well, it's funny. They always joke about how he'll tweet stuff like, "Did you know this is actually not true?" Blah blah blah. But it's like, no, we knew that. It was just like a saying. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of jokes. I just saw one, but I can't remember. Probably be a lot better if I had remembered. Sal says his favorite cold drink is Slurm. Up Trail says Brian has talked about the Porcupine Mountains. It's a long drive for you. Best times in the fall.
No more lightning round questions?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll keep going with you. Favorite fish?
Oh, tilapia, like a grilled tilapia.
Okay. Yeah.
Sarah says, downloaded the entire discography free to my phone. Listen to it on shuffle at work. You guys have so many songs that I can't run out of songs surfing the workday. Awesome.
Cool.
Bender or Fry? I go Bender.
Oh, Bender, yeah. Fry's funny, but
Fry's like a
Bender's-
better person, obviously.
Yeah, Bender is very clever.
Amy B, how do we send you guys food? Send us a direct message and we will talk. Jaren says his favorite fish is salmon. Sal says Bender. Uptrail says orange juice or apple juice? Ooh, orange juice.
Yeah, orange juice with less pulp for me.
If we're choosing between juices and they don't have pulp, though, I would go apple. Like if I had to choose between apple and like that concentrated orange liquor.
That might. I always feel like apple juice is too sweet.
Thoreau or John Muir? I'm gonna go Thoreau.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thoreau too because I tried to read some of John Muir's books. And man, he's from a boring era.
He's from like a little bit of the same time as Thoreau. I guess he was more like in the Victorian.
Yeah, maybe he's just a boring writer, I guess. Or I just didn't connect with his writings.
It's like nature blasphemy.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Bite by shiny metal. Klingon or Romulan? Klingon. They have more fun.
Klingon, yeah. Unless the Romulans get redeemed somehow, because I haven't finished Next Generation yet.
What would you recommend as a starter for Thoreau? Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe his essay, Walking. I mean, the first thing I read was Walden, and I liked it a lot, but I feel that's probably not the best. Good night, Uptrail. Have a good one.
Hey, Bob.
Best Star Trek captain, Picard.
Picard. There's zero question.
Yeah. It's Archer. Borg or Q?
Q. Q is great.
Like in terms of episodes?
Oh. In terms of episodes.
Or in terms of like, you'd want to interact with them?
The concept of the Borg is way more interesting than Q is.
Yeah.
An omnipotent being is not that interesting of a concept, but like Q is very entertaining. He's very funny.
He's a good character.
But Borg, the concept of a collective where everybody thinks at once and they will stop at nothing to assimilate, it's just like terrifying and interesting all at once.
They get into some interesting stuff in Voyager.
With the Borg?
Mm-hmm. What was I going to say? Oh, did you know the guy in Breaking Bad, the father of Jane or whatever? Jessica Jones, the actress who plays her.
Oh, the father of her?
Yeah, the guy who controlled like the air traffic stuff.
I can't remember that dude at all.
Well, he is the same. He's the actor who played Q.
He was in that? He was in Breaking Bad? His name is John Delancey, I think. But...
Yeah, you know who I'm talking, like the girl, right?
Yeah.
It's her dad. And remember, like that season starts with the stuffed
Wait,
animal.
in real life, they're...
no, in the show.
Oh, in the show.
Yeah, but remember, the season starts with like the stuffed animal in the pool, and there's the whole plane crash thing.
Man, I can't remember. Wow.
Spoiler alert.
Well, without context.
Esther says the emissary, which is Cisco. It's funny that his name is Cisco, because when I was a kid, I thought they named him after the rapper.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Is that a common name, Cisco?
Well, it's funny because I think the first time I ever heard the name was from Deep Space Nine. I don't know.
I guess we're all nerds. Yep. You got that right, Cisco. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to probably go have a 5-minute food coma and then, yeah. Well, I am going to film something, but we can't really talk about it.
Yeah, you'll get to see what it is soon.
Yeah,
hopefully.
don't get your hopes too high. It's really nothing that exciting for you, at least. All right, have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.